not understanding these key stats about the Minnesota real estate market could cost you tens of thousands of dollars. Here's what's happening in the Minnesota real estate market as of February 2026. If you're interested in keeping up to date with the Minnesota real estate market, click subscribe. February has some interesting numbers with the Minneapolis area realtors stats that came out here. The biggest thing that we're looking at, I think, is the biggest change that we wanted to see from January to February was this idea of new listing percentage coming on the market. If you remember from our January YouTube video, because everybody remembers, new listings were down a lot, right?
Closed sales were down. Average sale price was up.
Like a tiny, right?
Yes, up a tiny bit.
Tiny bit. But I think that was the biggest indicator that we had, was a scary part of the market going, is inventory going to keep getting worse and worse? If we're down 15% in new listings, what's going to happen for inventory? I think when it comes to those things, they've changed a little bit. So now we had the month over month or year over year on new listings is up 0.4%. Not a ton. Or at least we're up, right? What else do we see in the stats here this month?
We got average sale price is actually down a little bit for February, but over the rolling 12 months, it's actually up 3%. So the market has increased 3% over the last 12 months, which is good to see. Yes, new listings are coming on. They're still not where we need to be for inventory, but we're getting there, which is, what are we seeing in the market? We're seeing lots of multiple offers right now. Houses are either flying off the market in multiple offers, or if it's not priced properly, they are sitting, taking longer, and either not selling and doing price reductions to get where they need to be.
So days on market is steady from last year to this year. Inventory of homes for sale is up 2%. So we did have a fair amount of inventory that came on last summer. We started to see like, hey, maybe this is going to be the year where inventory starts to get better, or also got a feeling we probably had some naysayers in the fall talking about how, oh, there's so much more inventory coming on, prices are going to start to fall. And now they've kind of just been eaten up. So we have this thing of like, we don't have a ton of sellers. We had 15% less in January.
Yep.
We have essentially the same amount in February, but
we haven't seen that.
We have more
push.
buyers.
Yes.
We have more buyers than we have had probably last year. Like that's the thing that we're having when it came to interest rates making it to 3 or 4 year lows.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Where we hit under 6 in the month of February.
Yep. We got into the high 5s, which I think brought the buyers out to get out and start shopping, and which has pushed that market. And again, keeping that average sale price going, which is good to see. Again, we need more listings. So supply and demand is not in check yet.
So what's the conversation you're having with buyers right now?
Buyers right now, with the way rates are at, it's, hey, buyer, yes, I know your payment's going to be a little bit higher on a $400,000 house. The difference between 5.5% and 6.5% is around $250 a month. So can I deal with a $250 a month change, or am I going to wait 6 months or 12 months? The market's going to increase 3 to 5%, and now I'm going to be paying on $400,000. That's going to be $15,000 more for that house, 10 to 15, 10 to 20. We don't know where rates are going to be at then. Rates could be at 7 at that point. The one thing we don't talk about is we're hoping all rates are going to go down, but what if it goes the other way? So I think conversation you and I had earlier when we were getting ready for this was, when did I know in 2008 to 2012 that that was going to be my best time to buy a house? No, never in a million years. Bought a few things then. Hindsight 2020, wish I'd have bought a whole lot more. Flip over to you, and you bought yours during COVID.
Yeah, that's the main thing to look at, I think, for buyers is like, should I do it now or should I do it later? Like, you're never really going to know how good it was or also how bad it was until years later afterwards.
Till it's gone.
So it's kind of this idea of, if you're going to do it, you might as well just do it.
Right.
Quit waiting for this perfect scenario where rates are a little bit lower or a little bit higher. There's a little bit more inventory, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. All those things just help to go, oh, I'm just going to rent again. And then you're going to do it again. And then you do it again. And all of a sudden you look back and like, I missed buying when I could have bought at 3%. Then that's what happens. And I think for me, for buyers right now, is this idea of speedy patience, of like, you need to be ready to act on something that is right. But on the other side of it, I know that it's going to be a heck of a lot quieter in July. So for some of my buyers, I'm like, hey, you don't need to do this right now. Inventory is really low. Yes, will prices be a little bit higher? Like, yeah, I get it. But it's probably going to be a little bit more quiet then. We're probably not going to have to compete. If you can wait a little bit, then wait.
Find
you know?
those lulls in the market where you might be able to get a little better deal.
The problem with lulls in the market is everyone feels them.
Right.
My same buyers that you tell, hey, fall, winter, please buy something. This is going to be the best opportunity for you. They don't. But then as soon as the spring market starts to take off, they're like, yep, I'm going to do multiple offers instead. You could have got it for literally
Less.
$30,000 less had you just made that decision then. Same house, same situation, just feels completely different in the spring. Every single year is like that.
Yep.
Like, why? This is the same house. It's the same situation. It's the same buyer.
When everybody else is leaving, you should be running in.
That's what you should.
Yep.
But that's hard to do.
Yes.
All right. So for sellers, what's the conversations to have with sellers right now?
Sellers right now is inventory is low. Let's get your house prepped right. I mean, we got to go. We need to be
We need to be
in high gear.
Are you ready? Get going. Who
Right.
cares? We're doing photos. Get the sign in the yard. It's for sale.
Yes. Get it there as quick as you possibly can, because if you're going to hit that April, May, that's generally our big listing timeframes. Now you got all this competition that you're dealing with. I just did a market on a lake home in Wisconsin. There's one other lake home that would compete with it. Hey, that's a great thing to have, that we're going to go out and we have two options. The other one's been on for 4 months and we're going to be brand new. So we're probably going to get a lot of eyes.
Yeah, I think for sellers, it is that. It's like, if you're going to do this, like I would do it right now. I wouldn't wait. I mean, if I'm watching this video right now, I would click a comment or something and go like, hey, help me. I think I'm going to do this. Like, that's what I would do.
Let's not wait for the green grass
I
and
ain't
the flower.
waiting
We
for
can Photoshop.
nothing.
There's technology out there that can help with this.
The whole point of this channel and what we do is like, this is actually what's happening that you guys don't hear about till later, right? I know the February stats tell these things, but when it comes to selling 225 homes a year, we know exactly what this week feels like. We know what last week feels like. And this is kind of like the weeks of, man, if you are going to sell this year, and especially if like you're just heading out of Dodge, like you're like, I'm retiring this year.
Now's
if
the
I
time.
can get my price on this house, I would list it appropriately. Actually, I would list it low is what I would do.
Let it drive.
And I would just go see ya later. We got like no inspection. We got appraisal waivers happening. We got people fighting over this thing, tooth and nail kind of thing.
I had an agent on the team that had a house that the seller thought it was worth
500.
less, 500. We listed at 550, and we
Sold
went
for $575.
Yeah, we're overpriced.
Your house might be worth $75,000 more than you think it is. That's the thing. For $75,000 more than you think your house is worth, would you move? That's a maybe. So I think in there, if you're going to take one thing out of all these stats is just sellers. If you're going to sell, I would do it sooner rather than later.
Right. Understanding the timing of the market, where we're at in the market, and talking to
Huge.
a professional is going to
Dramatically
hopefully
different.
help you educate.
Hopefully, get out of here.
Well,
You know what I
not
mean?
everybody's created equal. So
I know, but like if you don't listen, if you choose something else, I mean, the difference between you doing it now and doing it 6 months, you know what I mean? In July, somebody else is going to wait until the 6th of July when we're back from 4th of July vacation, we're going to list. And those people will lose compared to these people in July are like, what's going on with the market?
why is that same house worth 20 grand more than I am 3 months later? Because they picked the right time in the market. The right demand is there. The winter's over. Buyers want to get out. Buyers
They're the
are
most excited.
This is spring real estate market in Minnesota.
They
That is
buy houses and we
Yes.
get it done so we can enjoy the summer.
yes.
That is what we do.
Yep.
So when it comes to these market stats, there's one thing of what these numbers say, and there's another thing of what this means to a buyer and seller, which is by far more important than any of it. These stats are important because they change. And also, hey, with some of these numbers, as you look at them, you're like, God, this doesn't look good. What does this mean? I'm like, all right, well, I can tell what this means based on how it feels.
Right. These are February numbers. March is right now different than February was, and February was much different than January was, because January we're down 12% in listings, and
Yep.
now we're up, 0.5%.
Yeah.
So that's a giant difference.
Yeah, that's huge. And I think it's this of like real estate is so hyper local. You can't take what somebody says on CNN about the real estate market and go, oh, that's what's happening in Minnesota. It's not how it works.
No.
If you're thinking this might be the year for you to buy a new home or sell your house, we have put together a comprehensive flagship guide on the Buy Smart, Sell Smart plan with everything that we tell you or teach you on how to buy smart and sell smart. And we'll give it to you for free. Click the link below to get access to it.